Okay then guys, here we are on the 57 route from Stourbridge to Heath, which is operated by Diamond, and this was filmed yesterday on the 29th, it was on the 28th of February, and I just hope you enjoy the journey. And the 57 route is operated by Diamond Buses and is operated from Kidderminster. And so enjoy the journey all the way from Stourbridge. Now, the 57 was previously operated by National Express West Midlands from Pensnett. And the main vehicles that were on the 57 with NXWM was ADL Enviro 200s. And of course there was the rare occasion of the B7. So the B7 did the 57 as well. So here we go. We're on our way towards... So we're now on our way towards Heath. So we're just going round the back of the former B&M bargain. The former Wilkinson's, which is now a B&M branch. And so here we go. Now, Diamond re-awarded the 57 contract in 2023. And for a start, the route was worked by the ex-Johnson's ADL Enviro 200s. But however, the route is now worked by Streetlights. The majority of all the Stourbridge services are worked by Streetlights, apart from the 88, which is still worked by an ADL Enviro 200. But it does alter to a Streetlight occasionally, or sometimes it's an Optare Solo SR. And so anyway, we're now going along the ring road, and on our right hand side is the Aldi, which used to be known as B&Q, and then of course you got the car park for the Rye Market Shopping Centre, which has the Benny lifts, and they come out by Waitrose. So we're now going round the ring road. And there's a bit of apartments here. There's some apartments that were built in the 2000s. And, of course, there is the Crystal Leisure Centre with a Prospect coach parked up. As you know, Prospect coaches also do swimming pool contracts for the leisure centres within the Dudley area. So that's the Crystal Leisure Centre. You can see with the yellow flume, because the leisure centre has a fun pool as well as the normal 25-metre pool, and the fun pool doesn't only include a yellow slide. There's a blue slide, which was green, which was the inside slide, and as well as that, there was there's also a wave machine, rapids, and of course there's water features. So we've just gone past the Tesco Extra store, which opened in 2013. It replaced the site of a former Crown Centre, which was a bit of an outdoor shopping precinct. And of course there was the old multi-storey car park. And as well as that, there was even a Morrison's there at one time, which was also a Safeway. So here we are, we're now in traffic as we come off the ring road, and we'll be going by Millrace Lane. So here we go, we're on our way towards so we're now on our way towards Heath. So we're on our way to Heath right now. There's another set of apartments there. And coming up now is Amblecote Church, the Church of Holy Trinity. And so here's Holy Trinity Church, and there's an ADL Enviro 200 that's just past us. There's a Vets for Pets that used to be a pub years ago, and beyond that is the Corbett Outpatient Centre, which used to be the old Corbett's Hospital. Well, obviously you've got the Health and Social Care Centre, and beyond that's the Outpatient Centre. Because you remember there used to be a massive hospital, but not anymore. They got rid of it. So here we go. Now the 57 was the 17A for a bit. And before that, it used to be the old Hanson 657 and used to go on the Briarscroft estate. If you remembered Hanson's buses before they were bought out by Diamond in 2017, but however, Hanson's lost the 657 contract in 2016, the year before Diamond bought out the full company. And so Hanson's worked the route with Denny Starts, if you remembered the Denny Starts on the route. Obviously, the Denny Start era is coming to an end. However, Select Bus Services still have the last remaining Denny Start on the fleet. Because obviously all the Denny Starts are fading away. But however, LMS also have a fleet of Denny Starts. I think they've still got them on the fleet. Maybe, maybe not. However, the Denny Starts have been an icon for so many years now. They've been like the king of the buses for a very long time. So here we are. We're now at Ordnham, and we were also overtaking the 17, which is heading back to Dudley. And of course, when NX did the 57, it interworked with the 17 to Dudley. But when this was the 17A, it interworked with the 5 to Dudley, as the 17 at the time was Wolverhampton Garage. And when Diamond did the 657, they used darts, Enviro 200s. I know darts have been a regular on the 657, and even in Enviro 200. And so, yeah, the darts have been working the 657 and the 267 throughout all those years. And I remembered the darts. And Hanson's put Enviro 200s on. I know Diamond put solos on the 657. I remembered that. I remembered the solos on the 657. But obviously it was 2019 when it all changed, when Diamond lost the contract. And NXWM introduced the 5 to be extended down to Stourbridge to replace the 267, and the 17A replaced the old 657, and also part the 267 up to all Heath. So it had changed over the last couple of years. But however, as you know, these deregulations do change throughout all these years. And obviously what you need to do is get out and get riding. Because not every bus services would last long. But obviously, as you know, just keep riding these buses, because these videos are going to be like for people to look back in years to come, and I'll be saying, do you remember this route? Remember this? It was a brilliant route. Even from the origins of the Midland Reds and WMPTE, and also the days of Chase Riders and Choice Travel, you name it. So here we are. We're now going to be on our way to Wall Heath.
So, as you know, the weather is very, very bright. As you know, it won't be long now until the drops go forward. So that will mean longer days and shorter nights. Once again, longer days and shorter nights. So behind these buildings here is the Red House Cone, one of Worsley's most famous landmarks. It's a very famous, iconic structure here in Worsley, W2A. So we're now coming to the bottom where the Roman Crown is, and just passing is a Volvo V7 Eclipse saloon operated from the Wolverhampton garage, and it's on the 16 service bound for Stourbridge. And and he's wearing the new NX livery, the grey livery, which is a bit like the platinum colours. Obviously, National Express West Midlands Wolverhampton garage have been running the 16 since the 256, and that route was it was run by double deckers on the Trident X400s, but obviously with the Tridents now being retired, now being withdrawn from the fleet, obviously deckers have to focus on the routes that are more. It all depends on what vehicle is available in the depot to work those certain routes. And here's another church. This is another Holy Trinity church, this time at Wordsley. And this one has got green doors on it, whilst the one at Amblecote has blue doors. So it's really good to see that both these areas are actually on the same line. So there's the church, Holy Trinity, which is another iconic Wordsley landmark. Now you'll probably be thinking, are we going to be turning right, left? No, we are not. We're actually going to go straight on, and then we're going to do a right turn this time. Because turning left is for the 226 and the 17. So the 226 and the 17 leaves us, but the 226 will rejoin us when we get to the next turning point. So we're just following the 16 for most of the journey as we come towards the site of a former hospital, Wordsley Hospital, which closed during the 2000s, and I believe the lifts there might have been older Schulers or old Evans or Otis, but I don't know, because obviously this YouTube channel wasn't around at the time, and I never even heard of YouTube back in the day, when this was a hospital, because obviously all the major services were transferred to, I believe, Russell Hall Hospital. So here's Marshall Crescent. So this is one of the. So what happened? Wordsley Hospital was demolished to make way for these new houses. Some of the buildings had been retained, like the Grade 2 listed building, like the chimney and the clock tower. So the clock tower dominated the grounds of the hospital. So we're now climbing up this hill. And if my camera was pointing onto the opposite side, it would be showing if my camera was pointing on the opposite side, it would have been showing the water tower. Because obviously there's a water tower at the top of this hill. And as you know, water towers don't really get used these days now, but obviously these water towers are Grade 2 listed. They've now been fitted with foam masts on. So anyway, we're now alongside the 226. Now this bit here was the old Hanson 657, and I think some of West Midlands did it, I don't know, but then it was taken over by Diamond. I know Diamond did it. I think Diamond did it previously, then went to Hanson's and then went on to Diamond. And then Diamond had the route back in 2016. But however, when Diamond did lose, and obviously the 657 used to go up to Wall Heath, and then it was rerouted to Kingsmanford Manor Park, which is where the 5 terminates. And then in 2019, it all changed. The 657 and the 267 were taken over by National Express West Midlands, but were not numbered those numbers. National Express West Midlands extended the 5 into the 267 at Kingsmanford to go on to Stourbridge, whilst the 657, we thought it would have been staying as the 657, but no, it was numbered the 17A, which was a bit of a different type of wave, which like West Midlands Pensnick Garage were doing their version of the 17 the 17 would. So we thought the 17A would have continued as it was, but it was 2020, early 2020, before everything went pear-shaped, that it was numbered the 57, given the number from the old 657, and the 5 that went on to Stourbridge was replaced by the rerouted 17. And the route was then suspended during most of the 2020 because everything went pear-shaped, and then was reintroduced, and National Express West Midlands continued to take hold of the 57 up until the end of 2022, and then Diamond regained the contract and has been running the 57 ever since. Now, when the 657 did exist, it used to go down that side road by the two schools and then rejoined at this end here, but that part was cancelled due to obvious reasons when NXWM rerouted it onto this line.
Okay then, guys, we're now continuing on the journey on the 57. So we've done quite a few good videos lately this year, and I'm just going to take you through all the routes I've done so far on this YouTube channel, Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures. So we've done Carolean coaches for the first time this year. So we did the 23A from Wednesbury to Willenhall. We're going to do the other 23 going the opposite way, which is the main 23. We've also done the 224 from Sedgley to Bilston. So we've done that. Also went on Walsall Community Transport for the first time this year, doing the 67 from Wednesbury to Yewtree, which is now the 674 from Wednesbury to Walsall via the Gillety Village. And we chased ride the buses this year, did the 71 up from Wolverhampton to Cannock. And so I've done that route. So the following Diamond bus routes I've done so far this year was the service. Just bear with me. So the routes I've done with Diamond this year was the 215 from Dudley to Warrens Hall, and the 14 from Dudley to Blackheath, and the 214 from Dudley to the Fox Yards. I've also done the 226 from Dudley down to Merry Hill, and also, as well as that, did the 142 and 142A from Halzone to Merry Hill, and the 25 from Stourbridge to Dudley. So I've done the 25s, as well as the 25. Done a handful of other videos on the channel recently, so we are going to continue the success of the channel, because this has been a very successful week on the channel, and we're going to continue with even more videos. So please be sure to like and subscribe to me, Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures. So we're now coming into King Swinford. So we've also done the 17 video lately, so we've done the 17s. We've also done the 3 West Brom to Merry Hill, 310s from Willenhall to Wednesbury. So I've done that route. So I've done quite a few good videos this year, so we are going to continue with even more. Also done the 24 from Blackheath to Merry Hill, and the 24H from Merry Hill to Halzone via Blackheath. Also done the 18 from Merry Hill up to Dudley Evolve. So I've done that one. So we have done really well, so I'm going to continue the success of the channel in more videos yet to come. So let's keep the channel thriving, guys. So I've also done the 00. So I've done a pilot of the 002 from Merry Hill over to Wheely Castle. So we're now arriving into the centre of King Swinford. So now coming to King Swinford now. And So we're now coming into Kingswinford, and then after Kingswinford, this service will proceed on to Wall Heath, and then we will then continue on to, and then we will continue over onto the estate to finish the journey. So our next upcoming video, all being well, for Monday, we'll be doing the 229 from Dudley to Bilston. So we'll be doing the 229 on Monday. And also the 23. So I'm going to do a handful of different routes. And I think and I have done quite a few good videos this week. And I'm not sure if there's going to be any videos for Friday though. But I know I'm going to plan to do even more. I might do the 5 to Kingswinford again. I might come back here on the 5 again, but I'm not sure about the 5s yet. But I am thinking I might go on the 5 this year. So I might come on the 5 again, because I know the 5's a good route, because that used to be the old Travel West Midlands 205, and NX did the 5 years ago. Well, obviously they've been running the 5 for many years, up until 2022, from when they ceased operation on the 5 and Diamond took over. So the 5 route had been known as the 205, so I remembered NXWM running that route. That was brilliant back in the day with the ADL Enviro 200s. So it was ADL working the 5s, and so NX had ran that route for a good many years, and now Diamond run the route, and Diamond actually used to do it before on Sundays when it went to Wall Heath Blaze Park, but that route had however that route finished because of the because the contract had expired. And then Diamond just returned to operate the 5 from 2023 onwards. So we're now coming to Wall Heath. So we're now on our way to Wall Heath, which is one of the which is the northern residential area. So Wall Heath is a suburban village in the Dudley Metropolitan Borough in the Midlands, in the West Midlands of England, and it is located on the A449 road, approximately 1.5 miles northwest of Kingswinford, of which it is considered a suburb. And it is 5 miles west of Dudley Town Centre, 9 miles north of Kidderminster, and it forms part of the West Midlands to South Staff's border. And Wall Heath is situated on the edge of the West Midlands conurbation, bordering Staffordshire to the west. It was formerly a part of the Kingswinford Rural District until its merger with the Brawley Hill Urban District in 1934. And since 1966, it had been part of the Dudley County Borough, now the Metropolitan Borough. And Wall Heath also falls under Kingswinford North and Wall Heath Ward, with a population of 12,561 as of the 2011 census. So destinations from Wall Heath: if you're travelling in a northwesterly direction, you reach places such as Swindon, Telford, and in the northerly direction, you'll reach Wombourne, Himley and Wolverhampton. If you go in the northeasterly direction, you'll reach places such as Gornal, Walsall, Sutton Coldfield, and in the westerly direction, it's to the Six Ashes and Bobbington. In the easterly direction, you reach Dudley, West Brom. In the southwesterly direction, you'll reach Kidderminster, Staunton, Kinva, and Enville. And finally, in the southerly direction, you'll reach Kingswinford, Worsley and Stourbridge. And in the southeasterly direction, finally, you'll reach Brawley Hill and the second city, Birmingham. So here we are now arriving at Wall Heath, and then we will head over to the Wall Heath estate. So here we go. on our way
Okay, here we are. This is
to
All
the
Heath
last
Church.
part of the route.
We're just now going to go to the. We're now going to go to the left turn. There's a Prince Albert pub. There's the Prince Albert. The All Heath local. There's a betting shop. There's not much of bigger names here because obviously it's more independent shops. You've got the All Heath Tavern, which used to be the Top House. And Texaco petrol station. Anyway, we're now going along, so we're just heading towards part of a little bit of a rural feel to the route, but then, and on the left hand side, if my camera was pointing on the left, would be the iconic Hickory Smokehouse, which used to be known as the Kingfisher, which had a Lido in back in the day. And so over there is where the events take place, like car boot sales, and also there was a circus there at one time. So there's a sign here for Kings Winford. So this takes us back into Kings Winford, but we're actually going to take the bit which will go onto Dudbury Avenue, which will come out via Dudbury Avenue. So this is the estate. Now, Briarscroft was on the other side where this service used to terminate. So this is the Maidendale Road. So now we're going up the Maidendale, and this is a very, very tight, slightly tight estate. For those people who've not been up here before, it's a very, very, very tight. But it's not as bad as the 215, which is the Dudley to Lawrence Hall, because obviously there's a lot of tight lanes to encounter on that line. So this is the bit where the 267 used to come up, and then National Express's 17A came up here. Then it was renumbered the 57, and now we've got Diamond back up here. So it's nice to. So as you know, it don't matter what operator comes along, as long as people get to their destination. That's the good thing, as long as people get to their destination. So it doesn't matter what bus company you travel with, if it's a Riva, Stagecoach first, or National Express, or Diamond, custom operator, Aston's, or whatever. Any company, as long as people get to their destination. And of course, as you know, we are coming to the end, so me and Fireboy Bourne have enjoyed our time on the 57 so far. So all we got to do to those people is say to them, get out and keep riding. That is a bit of a good catchphrase, or get out and keep riding and having fun. So we're now going down the Frayne Avenue. So here we are, just coming to the end of the route. Well, obviously we're coming to the end of our journey on this route, as this route heads back to Stourbridge. So we're going to go along the Dorley Brook. Obviously Dorley is named after an estate in Stourbridge, not Stourbridge, Telford.
Okay then guys, that's it, the end of the journey. Sorry this video got muted because there was a lot of background noise going on, but on behalf of myself at Joe's Bus Train Plan Lift Adventures and Fireboy Bourne, we would like to thank all of you viewers for watching this video, and we'll be back again with another YouTube channel very, very soon. So what I now need to say to everyone is get out and get riding. And obviously what I did say, not every route would survive this long, but obviously if you look back and you see what they were back in the day. Thank you for watching. See you soon.